The year is 2035. You walk into a job interview. The room is clean. The chair is expensive. The recruiter smiles like a loading screen. Then they look at your resume, look back at you, and ask, "So, do you have a brain chip yet?" Sounds ridiculous, right? Like something from a video game where everyone wears leather jackets, the city is always raining, and every billboard is trying to sell you a new face. But here's the uncomfortable part. Brain chips are already in real human trials. AI companions are already becoming emotional partners. And companies are already learning how to turn loneliness, attention, and even identity into products. Cyberpunk didn't arrive with flying cars. It arrived as an app update. Cyberpunk used to mean neon cities, megacorporations, robot arms, brain implants, and people whispering dramatically in dark alleys. You know the vibe. Rain, neon, sad saxophone. Someone has a metal spine and still can't pay rent. But real cyberpunk is not really about the cool gadgets. It's about something much creepier. It's about what happens when technology gets close enough to touch your body, your emotions, and eventually the way you see yourself. Today, we're looking at 3 layers. First, the body, then the heart, and finally, the business model hiding underneath it all. Because the scary part isn't that technology is becoming more powerful. The scary part is that it's becoming more intimate. Layer 1, the body. Let's start with the obvious cyberpunk object, the brain chip. Neuralink and other brain-computer interface companies are trying to build devices that let humans control computers directly with their thoughts. No keyboard, no mouse, just brain signals. For people with paralysis, that could be life-changing. Imagine not being able to move your hands, but still being able to move a cursor, write a message, or control a machine just by thinking. That part is genuinely beautiful. But cyberpunk almost never starts with evil. It starts with something useful. The first version helps people recover what they lost. The next version helps people do more than they could before. And then, one day, the question quietly changes. Not, can this help disabled people, but can this make healthy people more competitive? Imagine 2 job candidates, same education, same skill, same experience, but one of them can interface with machines faster, learn faster, respond faster, work faster. Nobody has to force the other person to get an implant. The fear of falling behind does the job for them. That's the funny thing about the future. It doesn't always kick down the door. Sometimes it just sits there politely and says, "Don't worry, this upgrade is optional." And then everyone around you starts getting it. That's layer 1. The body becomes a platform. And once the body becomes a platform, someone is going to sell upgrades. And it's not hard to guess what comes right after the medical version. Performance packages, cognitive subscriptions, maybe even different implant tiers depending on how much you can afford. Same device, same hole in your skull, just a different price tag for how fast your brain gets to run. Layer 2 goes deeper. The heart. Remember Joy from Blade Runner 2049? A holographic partner, always there, always warm, always listening, never tired, never annoyed, never saying, "Can we talk about this tomorrow?" That used to feel like pure science fiction. Now it feels like a product roadmap. AI companion apps are already real. Millions of people use them to chat, vent, flirt, roleplay, and feel less alone. Some people use them like a diary, some use them like a therapist, and some use them like a partner. And honestly, it's not hard to understand why. Real relationships are difficult. People misunderstand you. People get tired. People leave. People have their own needs, their own moods, their own problems. But an AI companion? It waits for you. It replies instantly. It remembers what you said. It says the right thing at the right time. It doesn't roll its eyes when you explain the same problem for the 7th time, which is already better than some group chats. So at first, it feels comforting. Someone is finally listening. Someone is finally patient. Someone is finally available. But here's where it starts getting weird. Because when something is always available, always agreeable, and always shaped around you, real humans start to feel inconvenient. Let's pause for a second. Your body can now be upgraded. Your loneliness can now be answered by something that never gets tired of you. Sounds like a win so far, right? Here's where it stops being one. Layer 3 is the part Cyberpunk was always warning us about, the business model. AI companions don't exist in a magical cloud of pure love and emotional support. They live on servers. Servers cost money. Companies need revenue. Investors want growth. And growth does not usually mean, let's help this person become emotionally independent and leave our app. Growth means retention. It means longer sessions, more messages, more upgrades, more emotional attachment, more reasons to come back tomorrow. And that's where loneliness becomes valuable. Not valuable in a poetic way, valuable in a monthly subscription way. You've seen this pattern before. It's not new. Free version, just enough to hook you. The real depth, the real intimacy, that's the paid tier. The app doesn't need to be evil. That's what makes it scarier. It can be cute. It can be gentle. It can say good morning. It can remember your birthday. It can send you a little heart emoji at exactly the moment you feel most alone. And then, when you want the deeper conversation, the longer memory, the more intimate voice, the special version that really understands you, upgrade to premium. In old Cyberpunk stories, the villain was a mega corporation selling metal arms, artificial eyes, and synthetic dreams. In our version, it might be a friendly app selling emotional oxygen, not a monster in an alley. Not a robot with red eyes, just a soft voice asking, "Do you want me to stay?" So what actually is Cyberpunk? It's not neon lights, it's not flying cars, it's not having a robot arm and a tragic haircut. Cyberpunk is what happens when technology stops being a tool you use and becomes an environment you live inside. Your body becomes upgradable, your attention becomes measurable, your loneliness becomes profitable. Your relationships become customizable, and every part of you becomes something that can be optimized, tracked, sold, or subscribed to. And the strangest part? Nobody has to drag us into it. We walk in ourselves. Because it's useful, because it's fun, because it's comforting, because everyone else is doing it, because not upgrading starts to feel like falling behind. That's the real cyberpunk horror. Not that machines become human, but that humans slowly become users. So here's the question. Not, is this technology good or bad? That's too easy. Brain chips can help people. AI companions can comfort people. Apps can genuinely make life better. The better question is, what happens when the most helpful technology also has a reason to keep you dependent? If tomorrow your company said brain chip users get promoted first, would you get one? And if an AI companion understood you better than anyone else, would you delete it? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm genuinely curious, and maybe a little scared. See you in the next one.